Oh. Hello, everyone. It's Josie, and forgive me for the lighting. This is like super extra, just my nerves. Anyway, the title of this video is Saturn is coming to get you or going to get you. I forgot what I just typed. It's too early in the morning, even though it's 12 in the afternoon. Yes, I wasn't ready. I woke up cooking this morning, homeschool, testing, all that stuff. Anyway, I saw one of my friends post on Facebook talking about talking about this is what's happening right now. Somebody, called me that she ain't heard from in like 5 years, right? And in my head, I'm like, I tried to warn y'all about Saturn. Saturn goes direct next week, and we feeling it now. You can feel when a planet wants to decide to station direct, right? So we feeling it. It's gonna be all kind of people you ain't talked to in years, showing up. Hey, how you doing? And all this and that. You know what to do with that. You have the power, okay? This is warm lemon water, by the way. I have to drink this before I drink anything else. But yeah, Saturn is going direct next week. And I tried to told you. I tried to told you that your past was going to come back, and not in a Mercury retrograde way. I'm talking about, I'm talking about way back when, okay? I'm not talking about somebody you just recently broke up with or whatever. Your past is coming back in like a lot of ways, not just, it's an ex. I mean, just from the Capricorn video alone, we got kids looking for their parents that was adopted, all kinds of stuff. Like, the past is coming back in a karmic way. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are probably feeling that energy, and a lot of people are probably super nostalgic right now when they think about certain stuff from the past, because that's how the energy is set up. So if you normally think about something from the past and it don't really bother you much because you know that it's in the past and it's not happening anymore, for some odd reason, stuff that didn't bother you and you thought you were over and done with bothers you now. But this is a temporary situation, okay? It's temporary. Another thing, again, there's high karma, and even now I'm starting to see manifestation speed up. Even now. So the closer we get to next week, the more stuff is just gonna continue to happen. Like when you're thinking something and then all of a sudden you see it on your phone. You didn't say nothing, you didn't type nothing. Like, that's starting to come back around again. It started happening way back before Jupiter went retrograde, and then once Jupiter started gaining momentum, going direct, that started happening again too. So there's a lot happening very fast right now. So give yourself time, okay? I'm checking the time. I'm like making sure nobody comes to get me. We're supposed to be eating at 12:30. We got to run this thing like a military camp. What? I'm shooting a video. I'll be out. Anyway, so yeah, Saturn is coming to get you. And I already told y'all in that August energy update, if you haven't seen it, go look at it, because it kind of talks all the way until November. Saturn is coming to get you. So if you have, and it don't have to do anything with what you're doing right now. Okay, here's a good scenario as far as this Saturn situation is concerned. Let's say you were, mischievous back then. Let's say you were a con artist or something. And then you changed your life, right? You're not a con artist no more, but you still got con artist tendencies, but in a good way, or whatever the case may be, right? You're using it for good, how, I don't know. But let's say that now, instead of being manipulative or being untruthful to get what you want, now you're being manipulative and untruthful for the greater good of all, that still doesn't make it right. So what Saturn is going to do is Saturn's going to check you to get you to operate from a space of integrity, period. You know, you don't get to just continue to be doing your crap just because you're doing it for the greater good of everybody else. That doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? So scenarios like that, or let's say you're a person that you had a just jacked up past, right? And then now you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. You're crossing your I's, you're dotting your T's to your best ability. Understand that karma doesn't just have to do with you. It could be whoever you're tied to, your kids, your spouse, whatever. So you may be on the receiving end of somebody else's karma because somebody around you ain't right. You see what I mean? Like, your negative deeds or your karma that you've accumulated way back when doesn't have to look, you don't have to be doing the same thing that you were doing then in order to still be accumulating negative karma or whatever the case may be. Okay, it doesn't have to look the same. You could just be having negative thoughts. You could just be pessimistic and have to pay for it because you're supposed to be thinking more positively or finding some kind of balance. Whatever. It looks so many different ways for so many people, but I want you to understand so you can take responsibility for your own creation, because Saturn is a planet that doesn't accept defeat. It doesn't accept failure. You're going to keep going at it until it's right, until it's a success. And we moving into a 12-year cycle, y'all. Saturn is about to move. And it will bring your homework, your old homework that you didn't want to do or you just kept messing over. That's going to come with you. And it's going to come in the form of new things that play out as old things, old scenarios. It's going to be like a haunting. And this is going to all be happening while you're having new experiences. You don't want that. You don't want that kind of baggage in your life. So right now, we're supposed to be checking and rechecking, doing quality assurance, making sure we know who we are, making sure we know what we want, moving forward, cutting the bull. If we know we've been operating from a space that's lacking integrity, you know, finally making a decision, yeah, I want to treat myself better, or I want to treat others better. Just we're making decisions right now because Saturn is pushing you. If you've been feeling like something's got to change, something's got to stop, Saturn, you're feeling Saturn about to go direct. You're feeling it before it happens. And then lo and behold, we got a new full moon coming up too. I feel so bad for everybody because Saturn is going to move forward, right? And then this full moon is coming up. And y'all know that the full moon brings out secrets like no other. There is going to be some karmic secrets coming up, y'all. I'm just saying, the text is coming out of me. There is going to be some really just deep-seated karmic type situations and things coming to the surface. You know how families be keeping secrets, and so all of that is just going to be out there. It's going to come out. It's going to be triggered because Saturn wants you to technically get over it and get down to business. You know what I mean? And the moon is just sitting here busting everybody out. Hey, look over here. Hey, look over there. You know, hey, let me trigger this. Let me make this person go off and say some things that they shouldn't have said because it was supposed to be a secret. Like, that's what that looks like. Okay. So be ready for these things. You know that there's a possibility that these things may happen around you or they may happen through you. But for the people that it happens around them, stand in your integrity. Like, this whole period of time is about integrity. And if you've been operating from a space in which you don't have dirty hands, If your hands are clean, you should be fine. Stand in your integrity. If your hands are dirty, they about to get cleaned. That's all I can say. Your hands are about to get cleaned, whether you like it or not. But if the planets have to clean your hands, that's just like, you know, a kid saying a bad word back in like the 60s and the mom sticks the bar of soap in their mouth. It's just going to create resentment. If the planets have to clean your hands, it's going to be ugly. Okay? And that doesn't mean you're not going to carry it into this next 12-year cycle either. Okay? Your hands are going to be cleaned, and it's going to be like this illusion. Okay, fine, it's all out there. I just went through this drama. Okay, whatever, it's over. It's not going to be over. It's going to haunt you like freaking homework, because you need to change. You need to change, or somebody around you needs to change. As soon as Saturn go direct, we don't have that much time before Pluto comes in and makes you change. You understand? But even after you change, there's going to be that residual because you carried it into this new cycle. You know how people will go to AA, they'll be, you know, they will be, what do you call it, dry for like 3 or 4 years. They're doing good. People got off of drugs, people who got out of jail never went back. You know, you're doing good with your life, right? But yet and still, people who knew you, or even people who find out about your past, will come for you. And you're like, why? I'm doing so good. Why does this happen? It's because the universe had to move you. You didn't choose to move yourself. So that's another way it looks. You may be doing well. You may have broken a cycle or whatever, right? But because you didn't take the driver's seat with that situation, because the universe, because life had to slam you on the ground real quick, now you have to deal with the residual, with your reputation, with, you know, whatever the case may be. That kind of karma, that has to kind of burn off, and you're going to have to kind of stand in your new integrity, your newfound healthy situation or whatever. You're going to have to know that people are going to talk, or people are going to come for you if they know your past, or if they're from your past. That's another way it looks, because of the fact that the universe had to step in on your behalf because you kept stalling when it came to making a change. So there's a lot of karma, a lot of transformation, a lot of secrets happening. And yes, y'all are going to see this all over the news. More stuff. It's about to get real. October and November, we're going to find out so much stuff like that has to do with the world and the leaders and things like that. Y'all thought that right before Jupiter went retrograde that we were finding out stuff. No, like now it's like that was just like a appetizer. Now we about to find out some stuff, because again, 2019 got that 9 at the end of it. And as it gets closer to drawing to a close, we're having some cycles ending, and we're just going to be receiving a whole bunch of outrageous information. Again, even with that, stand. The way you change the world is by changing yourself first, and then you get it on other people, just like a code works. We're like computer programming. You got to become a freaking fairy love virus and get it on other people, but you can't do that if you're pointing fingers and worried about everything that's outside of you. Okay, make your transformations, do what you got to do, stand in your integrity, and other people will do it too, especially if they want to continue to be around you. And they'll fall off if they don't want to, and that's fine. You make a difference by existing. It's not as hard as people make it up to be. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to make that PSA because I saw my friends post and I was like, yep, that's Saturn. Saturn coming for you. And I am not exempt. I don't even want to think about what could possibly pop up. Got 4 kids. I'm glad I ain't got no pets. My son just told me he got a kitten. I'm like, what you gonna do with this kitten? You don't need to be trying to take care of nobody else. I'm working on y'all videos. I will get back to them. Just bear with me. I'm going to go feed myself and my children. And y'all have a beautiful day. Share this video for all the people who got the past coming up in all kind of different ways, to help them understand what's going on and that they need to just stand and be strong. Okay. Love y'all. Bye.